Hi, it's Amanda Stablein here again to talk to you about Google Chrome. Today I'm going to demonstrate a few things for you. First, I'll demonstrate where you can find apps and extensions and how to add them to your Chrome. Next, I'll demonstrate 3 apps or extensions that will help teachers and students in the classroom. Chrome can be used to access a vast number of educational websites, apps, and extensions for learning activities and education. Chrome can be used to access a vast number of educational websites, apps, and extensions for learning activities and educational play. I'm going to begin by assuming that you already know how to access your Gmail account. Chrome apps behave much more like a desktop application with powerful capabilities not available to hosted apps. To access these apps, in the top left-hand corner of the browser, there is a little button for apps. And you can see the app icons that I have already started with. Down in the bottom right hand corner, I can click on Web Store from here. Another way to access the Web Store would be for me to open up a new tab, and I could then go to chrome.google.com/webstore. Okay, so to start looking at apps, I already said I was going to focus mostly on education for teachers and for students. I could type in a keyword for something I'm looking for specifically, or I can come down here to categories and start with the categories. Under education, I have 4 categories: academic resources, family, foreign languages, and teacher and admin tools. So I could just browse them through here, and if I move my cursor onto an app, a little brief summary of that app will come up here. I can also see that it's been rated down at the bottom and how much it's going to cost me, and most of these are free. So I'll show you real quick. Maybe I'm looking for an app that provides me with a stopwatch and timer capabilities. So I'll just type in stopwatch and timer, and it will search for stopwatch and timer apps. And the first one up here, stopwatch and timer, it gives me a little brief summary here. It tells me it's been rated 5 stars. I can add this to Chrome right away. I'm just going to go ahead and add this top one by clicking on Add to Chrome. It says, do you really want to add it? Yes, I do. And now it's been added to my apps list. I can click on it to open it from here, or if I wanted to go back to my apps, notice it's not on this first screen. The first screen is full of other apps. So I have to click down here at the bottom for the second page of apps, and then I'll open up my stopwatch timer. Again, it will open up in its own screen, and then I can use this as my stopwatch app. So now I want to take just a couple of quick minutes and show you some of the apps that I plan to use in my own classroom. The first one I'll show you is Drop Task. I'll click to open that. And you can create a free account. So if you click on Get Started Now for free, it will let you sign up with Google, or you can sign up with Facebook, or you can just sign up as regular. I'm just going to log in because I've already created my account. And I already have one active project created. So what this app will allow you to do is show maybe a group project and then tasks within that project, and then you can see how far people have finished that or not. So for example, the first one I created was 50 states, and I shared this with my own personal email account. So let's say that group 1 has Illinois, and the tasks inside are state capital, resources, and state symbols. What you can do once you click on those, notice this one has a little play symbol in it. That's the status, and that one has been marked as in progress. I can move the urgency up, down, or leave them all the same. I can also change the importance up, down, or leave them all the same. The effort I can show as, oh, this one's really important, but these others are maybe not as important. It's just kind of a visual checklist, basically. You can also add due dates to those. So for the state capital, notice that I have that set for June 13th as due, and then this one was August 31st. Once you've completed it, you can mark a check mark on there. You can also view this, if you click in the top left corner, as a list. If you prefer a list instead, you can check those off this way as well. I prefer this one. I just think it looks neat, and I think the kids would like it most. You could also use this for staff. Maybe you have a committee working on curriculum, and there are specific tasks that need to get completed by a certain day. What happens then, now that I have shared this with my own personal account, I can then see where people have changed things or not, and it also will send me email notifications of if they have changed things or not. Just real quickly, I'll go into my personal account here, and I'll move the screen over so you can see it. Over here on the right hand side, it shows that today Amanda Stablein marked this as task completed, changed the title from Illinois. It has a record of the history of what's been done and not done by who. You can also put in some descriptions here and then add in comments there as well, so that you can talk back and forth without expecting an email to come back. Let me close out this window here. I'll show you another app. This one's kind of a just for fun app. It's the WikiHow Survival Kit, so I'll click to open that one. And it's basically like a deck of cards, so when you click in the middle, it gives you some categories to choose from. You can either use your arrow keys on your keyboard or the arrows down here at the bottom to go through. Let's say that I'm going to choose animal attacks. How you survive an animal attack, you would click on it. Now, I do not like snakes at all whatsoever, so let me hurry up and get that snake off the screen. Maybe I want to know how to safely swim with piranhas, so I click on that card. I would then read through the article and the tips and warnings, and then at the end I could take a quiz to see if I would actually survive that animal attack. Now, I did say that this would be something that would be just for fun, but I think this would be a great way for junior high students or high school students to kind of use as maybe an icebreaker. Maybe they're doing some speeches in class and they wanted to use this kind of as a guide for their speech. I can click back up here on this tab for categories to go back to the categories or the home page. Here was the neat part. If you click on Surprise Me, it pulls up something totally random. So then you would complete that one. Okay, the last app that I'll show you for today is on my other app screen. Oh, here it is. And it's called Curriculate. So I'll click on this app here, and they just kind of want to know what I'm teaching. I've already signed up for my account here, but I'll go ahead and put this in here. So what this does is it has some online text. Right now I think I'm in the free category. You can also choose different categories, new releases, award winners. A lot of schools I know use the accelerated reader. This would be similar to that, except they have a lot of free titles. So you could type in the title of a book to search for it, or if you wanted to just find, let's say I wanted to use A Tale of Two Cities, I would click on that text. Kind of gives you an overview. You could add it to your library, and then it comes with 173 questions, 197 annotations, and 21 quizzes. So as the student is reading through those are available to them on the screen. So let's say that I added this to my library. I could then assign this book to my class and invite students to read this story, and then they would then have to complete all of those quizzes and answer those questions throughout the story. The nice thing about this is while they're reading it, they can also, if I go to view and edit, I can assign it to the class here. It gives you a guide how to go from one page to the next. Kind of gives you some information. If you click up here, you can get to the menu for table contents, checkpoints, and such. And then it gives you a key. So as I'm going through one page at a time, so for example, right here, if I click here, it has a video, and it says A Tale of Two Cities is concerned with events in Paris and London before and during the French Revolution. I could then watch this video that would enhance that part. If I go back into the last screen, for example, at the very bottom, it gives a list of all of the questions that it will ask, and it has the Common Core standard that those questions actually pertain to. So this would kind of verify that you are actually aligning your teaching to the Common Core standards, and you would know how to assign that grade. So to review, today I demonstrated where you can find apps and extensions and how to add them to your Chrome. I also demonstrated 3 apps that can help teachers and students in the classroom. For the next videos, I plan to share with you how to implement Google into your classroom using all of the tools from before. Until then,